Sta continuando a crollare. Sta continuando a crollare.
Torrential rains have been pounding northern Italy for several days, triggering an unprecedented climate emergency across the Piedmont region, especially in the city of Turin and surrounding provinces. On April 17, 2025, authorities confirmed the partial collapse of critical infrastructure, the overflowing of multiple rivers, and the urgent evacuation of hundreds of residents, marking one of the most destructive weather events in recent years. In the city of Turin, the iconic Po River reached critical levels, forcing officials to shut down bridges, riverbanks, and suspend public activities in several areas near the river. Accumulated rainfall exceeded 200 millimeters in just 24 hours, overwhelming the urban drainage system and flooding major roads. Underground parking garages and residential districts near the historic city center. The district of Biella, located in the province of Turin, was severely affected. Its old town was partially submerged, with streets turning into canals and residents using makeshift rafts to move around. Businesses, homes, and municipal services suffered water damage, resulting in substantial material losses. In the town of Biella, nestled in the mountainous Genovese region, a torrential stream violently overflowed into residential zones, affecting local roads. At least 3 minor bridges in the area were rendered unusable, forcing emergency services to reroute traffic and complicating rescue efforts. The situation is also dire in the Susa Valley. Since the early hours of the morning, the Messa stream overflowed in towns like Dublino and Grandia, prompting the evacuation of families living near the riverbanks. In Almese, rising river waters threatened residents who responded by stacking sandbags at their doorsteps to protect their homes. Intense rainfall has triggered avalanches and landslides in mountainous areas. In the city of Agliana, multiple landslides were reported along State Road 24. Several homes were found with their ground floors completely flooded, while civil protection teams and residents worked urgently to contain the advancing waters. One of the most striking images of the disaster is the collapse of the Galino Bridge, which connected the municipalities of Mongrando and Borriana in the province of Biella. The structure was swept away by the force of the Elvo River after 48 hours of non-stop rain. Fortunately, there were no casualties or vehicles on the bridge at the time of its collapse. The Biellese region has been among the hardest hit by the severe weather. In towns like Villano, firefighters reported over 180 emergency interventions within the past 24 hours, mostly to assist trapped individuals, reinforce collapsed structures, and control the overflow of secondary rivers. Major national and provincial roads have been either partially or completely closed. A section of State Road 25 near Monsanto was entirely shut down around kilometer 59 due to the overflow of a nearby stream. In the province of Vercelli, widespread rural flooding has affected agricultural production in several farming areas. The city of Venaria Real is under emergency alert as the Saranda stream continues to rise. Water reached the doorsteps of homes and local businesses, prompting enhanced monitoring of nearby infrastructure and discussions about further evacuations if the situation worsens. Further north, in the Aosta Valley, at least 20 landslides have blocked secondary roads and caused blackouts across dozens of municipalities. Nearly half the region is without electricity as cleanup and repair crews struggle with ongoing adverse weather. In Piedmont, over 400 firefighters have been deployed, with reinforcements arriving from Tuscany. Authorities have activated 180 municipal emergency centers to coordinate assistance and shelter for temporarily displaced residents. In Borghesia, 150 people were relocated to a school gym now functioning as a temporary shelter. Rivers like the Malone, Orco, and Chervo have exceeded their banks in several areas. In Castellamont, the swollen Ogre River has isolated rural sectors. In Front and Chivasso, the Malone River also reached dangerous levels, leading to further bridge and road closures. The municipality of Almezzi declared a state of emergency after flooding overwhelmed its urban area. The mayor ordered the immediate closure of several bridges deemed unsafe, and firefighters responded to over 50 calls during the afternoon of April 17th alone. In the town of Questlet, Provincial Road 198 was closed between kilometers 0 and 2.3 due to rising water. Grangato, a suburban neighborhood, experienced heavy flooding that damaged around a dozen homes. Heavy machinery was brought in to clear access routes and restore mobility. Authorities have issued a red weather alert for nearly 100 municipalities in northern Piedmont. The Regional Environmental Protection Agency, ARPA, confirmed that both major and minor river basins continue to rise and warned of additional landslide risks. The city of Milan has also experienced effects of the storm, albeit to a lesser extent. Flooded streets and fallen trees disrupted traffic, and more than 50 emergency calls were handled overnight in the Cremona area due to weather-related incidents. Atmospheric pressure has dropped to 995 HPA over the Ligurian Sea, signaling a strong depression that's keeping the storm system stationary over northwestern Italy. The sea remains rough, especially along the Ligurian coast and the upper Adriatic, complicating rescue operations in coastal areas. As the storm system shifts toward northeastern Italy and Tuscany, the Italian government has urged residents to follow safety protocols, avoid unnecessary travel, disconnect electrical services if flooding is likely, and stay away from rivers and low-lying areas. This catastrophe highlights the vulnerability of Italy's infrastructure in the face of extreme weather events, which are becoming more frequent and severe. Regional and national authorities have already begun assessing the damage and are working on long-term strategies to improve climate resilience.